Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Felicia. I'm a Nigerian YouTuber based in Lagos. If you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by to watch this video. I create content around fashion, lifestyle, sewing and DIYs. Okay, so do well to join this gang by clicking on the subscribe button, okay, so that you can keep up to speed with me. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming back every single time I upload a new video. Okay, today's video, it's a sewing tutorial and it's just going to be a really quick one. Okay, so I remember I made a video how to make a basic skirt and professionally close it, like no seams or whatever showing inside of the skirt. Yeah, if you're interested in seeing how to professionally close a dress, a lace dress, then you definitely want to keep on watching. Okay, so guys, I'm already almost done with this dress, so this is not a full tutorial, just a tutorial for those who already know how to make this kind of dresses. Okay, so typically Nigerians, especially Nigerians, like when we saw our Shrebis, we usually use the satin of the lace to turn it once inside and then join it on the sides, meaning that you'll be seeing the seam allowance, the allowance to leave inside the dress in case the person adds to it. Yeah, so when you look into that dress, you're able to see the joining, you see the everything happening in the inside of the dress. But the way I'm going to be showing you guys how to do it today in this video is quite different. Okay, so this is the full dress. This is the tulle. So I use the skin shade of my client and she's very light skin, so I'm using this shade. I've attached the sleeves. This is the bodice of the dress, and then this is the lower part of the dress. It's just a straight dress all the way down. So I'm going to have to use my lining right now to turn it. First of all, I'm going to be turning it on the neckline. So this right here is my lining piece, which I've also completely sewn. As you can see, this is the back, this is the front. So this is the bodice, the front bodice, and then this is the skirt part of the lining. Okay, so I have gone on to completely finish my lining. I've joined the sides of both the front and at the back, and this is what I have. My lining for this dress, because of the style, is only just going to be the tube area of the dress. Okay, as you can see that this is a tube dress. The only thing now that makes it not really a tube dress is because of this illusion neckline right here. So I'm going to take the lining side, the right side. This is the right side of my lining. As you can see, this is the wrong side where you have the joinings, the seam allowances and every other thing happening. So I'm going to be taking this right side and I'm going to be placing it on the right side of my main fabric, the lining of my main fabric. So right here is the right side of my main fabric, and on this 1/2 inch I have here where I joined the net to the dress, I'm going to be placing my lining piece, the right side facing each other. The right side of the lining piece facing the right side of the neckline. So once I have placed it, put it in place, because it's a tube dress, I'm just going to be running it all the way from the back. This is the back, as you can see the zip. I'm going to be running it all the way from the back right here, running 1/2 inch all the way along this neckline, all the way to the sweetheart neck area, which is here, all the way 1/2 inch, and then back to the other end. Once I've run that 1/2 inch along this neckline, I'm going to just now top stitch on the lining side of this neckline. So let's go back to the machine so that I'll show you guys how I do it. Okay, so this is my lining. I have already pinned the neckline, as you can see, all the way, all pinned down. So I'm just going to sew on my fabric line, on my fabric side, so that I can follow along the line I use for joining my illusion neckline. While I'm doing that, I'm going to be making sure that I don't sew on the net. So next thing I want to check is to make sure that the lining did not sew into my net, which as you can see it didn't sew into my net. So now I'm going to go on to notch around this neckline. Now once I'm done notching, I am going to top stitch on the lining side like this. So I'm just going to run as close as possible on the lining along the neckline to just hold this one down. I'm going to be making sure that the net, I'm not sewing on the net again, so I'm just going to be sewing on the lining side. So as I'm sewing, I'm going to be moving the net out of the way. So I'm done with my neckline, turning the neckline. As you can see, what I'm just going to do now is to go and iron it down. On the zip side, this is what it's looking like. This is the right side, and then this is the lining side. And yeah, so I'm going to have to close this opening here, but I'm going to be taking it from the right side facing each other like this. So I'm flipping the lining over on the zip side, just going to run my stitch just like this all the way down to where my lining ends. At this point, I'm just going to cut off my excess zip. And when I flip it over, this is what it looks like. So this is my zip, and this is the lining, all covered. Can you see how neat it looks on this end? So I'm going to go on and do the other side, and once I'm done with that, that will be the end of this tutorial. The lower part of the lining is just going to be left hanging just like this. It's just going to be left hanging on the lower part of the dress. So guys, this brings us to the end of this tutorial. This is what the back of this dress is looking like right now. As you can see, I couldn't put it on the mannequin because the dress is so small for the mannequin, but anyway, this is it. This is the side seams are tucked inside, the zip area as well closed off, and then the front side as well. This is the front side. Yeah, so that's the breast pocket there. So this is the front bit of the lining. The neckline is closed off. So this is the front. The neckline is closed off neatly and nicely. And if you look towards the bottom, so you can see that I have the lining as a short lining right here. If you want yours to go all the way to the ground, then that can also work. All you have to do is to follow the steps that I used when I was turning the skirt. I have a tutorial where I turned a skirt, so it's basically the same thing at this point. If you want your lining to get all the way down and you want it to be closed off totally at the bottom, then you're going to do the same thing that I did in that skirt tutorial. Do well to check that out. I will have linked it on the screen so you can watch that video if you want to know how to turn a skirt. This dress, I usually don't like to line lace dresses fully because of the hot weather we have in Nigeria. Yes, so it's short length just okay and helps it being breathable for whoever is wearing it. So this brings us to the end of this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Okay, let me show you guys what the front looks like too. So this is the front view of the dress along to the ground. The detailing, this is the basque corset, and then the back. So yeah, I use the button at this point, and then this is the back view as well for the dress. That brings us to the end of this tutorial. I hope you found this useful. Leave me comments down below if you want to see more tutorials from me, and I'll definitely get to it. Okay, stay fabulous. Until our next video, I'll see you guys. Bye.